The most dangerous moment in any new habit isn't day one. It's more like day 30. That's when all that initial excitement starts to wear off, and the real challenge, the hidden one, shows up. How do you make this change actually last? We're great at celebrating starts, but the real win is sticking with it.
So, why is that? Why does that amazing spark of positive change so often just fizzle out? It's this super frustrating cycle, right? And it can really feel like a personal failure. But what if the problem isn't you or your willpower? What if it's the system you're using? And here's the thing, this isn't some character flaw, it's pure biology. Your brain is this incredible efficiency machine, and its main job is to save energy. Think about it like this. Your old habits are like these perfectly paved 8-lane superhighways. A new habit? That's you trying to hack a path through a dense jungle with just a machete. So your brain isn't trying to sabotage you, it's just taking the easy road it already spent years building. Okay, so if fighting your own brain is basically a losing battle, what's the move? Well, you stop fighting and you start designing. You turn your environment from a battlefield into like a silent co-pilot, one that just gently steers you in the right direction without you even having to think about it. This slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, that's the old way. You're pushing this huge boulder of willpower uphill. It's draining, it depends entirely on how motivated you feel that day, and it's a constant fight. But on the right, you're on a water slide. It's practically effortless because you've designed a world where the right choice is also the easiest choice. One is a battle, the other is a system. So how do we actually become the architect of our world? Well, it really comes down to curating 3 key areas of your life: how you kick off your day, what you're feeding your mind, and who you let have influence over you. First up, the morning. Look, before the world has a chance to tell you who you are, you need to tell your brain who you're going to be. Writing down this one sentence, it's not some kind of wishful thinking. It's about priming your focus. You're literally giving your brain its marching orders for the entire day, right from the very first minute.
Next up is your mental diet. I mean, think about it. You're probably careful about what you eat, so why would you let just any random information float into your mind? If you keep consuming the same junk news, the same gossip, the same outrage, you're going to keep thinking the same old thoughts. You got to be ruthless here. Your mind is not a garbage chute.
And finally, your social world. People are like these powerful mirrors. If everyone around you is just reflecting your old habits back at you, making a change becomes almost impossible. Now, this doesn't mean you have to cut people out, but you absolutely have to consciously turn up the volume on the people who are already living the way you want to live. So once you've redesigned your world to make the good choices easier, the next level is to make them automatic. This is where we build rituals that basically run on autopilot, which lets us completely bypass that fickle, unreliable thing we call motivation. Seriously, stop asking how to feel motivated. It's the wrong question. Start asking, how do I make this automatic? See, motivation is a feeling. It comes and it goes. But a well-designed system, that's a machine. It runs every single day, whether you feel like it or not. We're moving from emotion to engineering here. And one of the absolute best ways to build this system is with something called habit stocking. The logic is so simple. You just find a habit you already do without even thinking, like brushing your teeth, and you bolt your new habit directly onto it. The old habit becomes the trigger for the new one. It makes it almost impossible to forget. Here's a really simple checklist to make pretty much any new behavior automatic. First, make it obvious, like leave your journal right on your pillow. Second, make it easy. Start with just one sentence, not a whole page. And just as important, delete the triggers for your old habits. If your phone is the first thing you grab in the morning, move it all the way across the room. Okay, now we're getting to the deepest layer of all this. Redesigning your world and building rituals. Those are super powerful. But the kind of change that truly lasts, that comes from shifting the very story you tell yourself about who you are. And this isn't just fluffy, positive thinking. This is actual neurology. Your brain is constantly scanning for evidence to confirm what you believe. So when you state something about yourself as a fact, your brain immediately gets to work finding proof to make that statement true. You are literally programming your own perception of reality. Just listen to the power of this tiny shift in language. Stop saying, I'm trying to be. Trying implies struggle. It implies that failure is an option. Start saying, I am someone who. That's a statement of fact. It shifts your whole focus from the friction of doing to the simple ease of being. And this is why it's the anchor.
Because on those days when your motivation is gone, when you're totally exhausted and your willpower is at zero, your identity takes over. You don't go to the gym because you feel like it. You go because you are a person who doesn't miss workouts. It's not a decision anymore. It's just who you are.
So, how do you actually build this new identity? You don't just hope for it. You build it brick by brick with evidence. Every single night, write down one small thing you did that lines up with your new identity. Then, every single morning, read that list. You are systematically collecting proof that you are becoming this new person. All right, so let's talk about the moment that everybody dreads, the slip up. Because let's be real, it is going to happen. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be resilient. And that all starts when you begin to reframe those setbacks, not as disasters, but as data. This is the question, isn't it? It's the one that can derail everything, fill you with shame, and make you want to just quit. But if you can face it head on with a new perspective, that's the key to staying in the game for the long haul. So let's just redefine this word right now. A relapse is not a moral failing. It's not proof that you can't change. It is simply feedback. That's it. It's your system telling you, hey, here are the weak spots. It's basically a map showing you exactly what needs to be adjusted.
And just look at the difference here. The failure mindset asks, why did I fail? Which just spirals into shame and, usually, quitting. The feedback mindset asks a much smarter question, what triggered me? That focuses on the system, and it leads to intelligent adjustments. One is a dead end, the other is a learning loop. And this is the mantra to carry with you. Every single time you slip, just say this to yourself. You haven't lost all your progress. You're not back at the beginning. You've just returned to the training ground. It totally removes the sting of failure and replaces it with the purpose of practice. Because in the end, lasting change isn't some destination you finally arrive at. It's not a trophy you get for being perfect. The real transformation is becoming the kind of person who, when they fall, just gets back up and returns to practice. Because that person can never truly fail.
Thanks for watching. If this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more science-backed motivation tips. Stay driven, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.